Scott Vickers, Able Distributors. Today we're here to talk about a new line of press fittings that we brought in by Legend. We got gas press fittings. They go under Legend CSG, and if you don't know what CSG stands for, it stands for Carbon Steel Gas Press Fittings. They can be found on our website under B34-GPF, and if you don't know, GPF stands for Gas Press Fittings. These fittings are used on gas lines only, no water. So let's make sure that we know that this is gas press fittings. We stock all fittings up to 1 inch in diameter, meaning 45s, elbows, bushings, couplings, unions, caps, T's. So there you have it, the new product at Able Distributors. Hopefully you get to explore the new avenue of press fittings. All right, diving right in. Installation tips and tricks for the installation of the Legend CSG fittings. CSG stands for, once again, carbon steel gas. These can only be used on gas piping, not water. So keep that in mind. Okay, so going right here, we got the first thing we want to do, first of all, is we're going to want to cut our pipe. When we cut our pipe, we want to make sure that we cut that at a straight angle. We do not want to cut this on an angle. We want it straight. We also want to make sure that when we cut these fittings, that we cut off the threaded end of these nipples. They will not work, nor will they seal correctly if that is not done. So there you have it. You can use, like I said, a bandsaw. You can use a tubing cutter, and that'll get you started. Once that's completed, you're going to want to take your deburr. You're going to want to dechamfer on the outside of the pipe. You want to deburr on the inside of the pipe. And then we're going to want to inspect that fitting and remove any debris that could potentially be inside of that pipe. Once that's done, we're going to want to take a piece of sandcloth, clean the outside of this pipe, and once again, make sure that it is free of any debris or any remnants that could potentially be on this pipe. Once that's done, now we're ready to press our fitting. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab our press fitting. We're going to measure the depth. We're going to put that fitting on our pipe. But after measuring that depth, we're going to want to mark on our pipe where that should be inserted onto it. Once that's completed, we can then take our press tool, apply it to our pipe, and seal that joint. Once that joint has been pressed, you will see on all of our Legend fittings, it's got a yellow sticker. Once that press has been completed, we can remove that sticker, and that shows that that joint has been properly pressed. So there you have it, installation tips and tricks. Check out our fittings and all we have to offer on abledistributors.com. So as we've gone through the CSG fittings, we've gone through 3 steps now. We've gone through the nomenclature of the fittings and where they're under at abledistributors.com, which is B34-GPF. We've also covered the installation practices that we would like to see and that are mandatory for this fitting to work properly. Now we're going to dive into a little bit of a common installation practice. Being a former guy in the field myself, obviously there's always numerous ways to do things, right? So we're going to discuss a couple different ways that these fittings could be installed on a typical furnace. So obviously here we have a furnace, we have a gas valve. Obviously all furnaces, which we almost know, they all come with a void out to the outside of that furnace. So what we're going to want to do is, in this instance, we're going to take a threaded nipple into our gas valve, come into a union into a shutoff, and then we can press from this T here on up. But in that T there, we're going to want to make sure that when we do press, we want an access point if we ever got to purge a gas line or make sure all the air is completely out of that system. So at this point here, I would recommend installing a threaded adapter, but we want to make sure that we do not cut that end of that pipe and that it gets seated into that T properly. From there, we can also continue out with a 90, 45, which we stock at Able Distributors, and go up to our actual gas main itself. Another way we could potentially do this is we could go all press if we really wanted to, up until the shutoff point. We could do a male adapter into our gas valve, come out into a press union, and then we would have to put a couple stubs, no matter, they could be any size, into our actual gas shutoff to press back into our union. That would give us full access as well. That way, if anything ever needs to be changed in that furnace via gas valve, burners, or any other means of service, it gives us a fully functioning gas line there. So there you have it. A couple different ways we could do installation using the gas press fittings. Diving right back in. So here we got the Legend CSG gas press fittings. Right now we're going to talk about the compatible jaws, which we're going to have on our website. There are many manufacturers that actually stock jaws for this. The jaws are not compatible with copper water press. These jaws are particular to these fittings. These fittings can be used above and below ground, so whether you're doing a generator and you want to run piping on the outside of a house, or if you want to put these fittings underground, it is fully acceptable. These fittings come with a 15-year warranty. So there you have it. The Legend CSG press fittings in stock at Able Distributors. You can also find them on our website at shop.abledistributors.com. If you have any questions or concerns regarding this product, you can reach out to myself, Scott Vickers, or Brian Gillespie. Thank you so much for your time.